There is the stop. Sometime stop. Sometime stop.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أحمده تبارك وتعالى وصلي وسلم على خير خلقه سيدنا وحبيبنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. الآن نقدم الدكتور وليد أحمد فتيحي، يعني غني عن التعريف. الدكتور وليد من الأطباء المشهورين في البلد وكاتب معروف في الصحافة المحلية والعربية، والآن اليوم حيتحدث لنا عن إعادة تعريف الطب النبوي، prophetic medicine and redefined the prophetic medicine. دكتور وليد.
طيب، بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين سيدنا محمد النبي الأمين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أول شيء ملاحظة، كل مؤتمر أروحه أجد حضور الأخوات أكثر، النساء أكثر من الرجال، ويبغى لها دراسة لهذه الظاهرة، هل هي هم أكثر جدية أو أكثر طلب للعلم؟ فما عندي فكرة يعني، بس أنا أعتقد أنه في شيء لابد أن يدرس هنا، فنشكر الأخوات حضورهم. أنا حركز عليكم أنتم فوق. طيب، بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. عندما نتحدث عن الطب النبوي هي كلمتين، طب ونبوي، نأخذها نشرحها كلمة كلمة. النبوي معناه النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم، الأشياء اللي هي علمنا هي عشان تساهم في الصحة والعافية. طيب، إيش هي الصحة أو إيش هو الطب؟ طب معناه عبارة عن الفن أو العلم الذي يساهم أن الشخص يصبح صحيح. نشوف كيف تعريف الصحة من عام since 1948. I'm supposed to talk in English, but actually 1948. Health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. So since 1948, the definition of health was not confined to the physical aspect. As a matter of fact, if you look at John Travis in 1973, he talked about what we call the illness-wellness continuum model. The fact that you have no signs and symptoms doesn't mean you're healthy. Doesn't mean you have reached your potential wellness, because it's continuum, goes from awareness to education to growth to high level of wellness, or even the sickness goes from signs, symptoms, disability to premature death. This is the most fascinating. This is 1978. John Travis tells you the state of health. This is called the iceberg model. Only the tip of the iceberg or the mountain is the state of health. But underlying this, which is submerged under the water, not seen, is your lifestyle, behavioral level, psychological, motivational, spiritual being, and so forth. So most of the things that contribute to your health is actually not seen. It's not the physical aspect. And if you only focus on the state of health, whatever you remove is going to be filled again, unless you focus on the underwater lifestyle, modification, behavior, psychological and spiritual. So this is what I call the way of life. That's where health is. So what happened? What happened that since 1948 we understand what we call holistic mind, body, heart, and spirit? What happened that in the last 100 years we focused only on the physical aspect and we ignored the spiritual, psychological, emotional part? What happened is this. I want you to see this movie, which was produced in the 60s, because that movie actually reflects our understanding of health at that time and how that misunderstanding contributed to where we are today. Let's see the movie now. No sound? Okay, this is Kaiser, talks about how the health care is going to go through a revolution, and it tells you that the nurses will be able to put the orders in the system, automatically goes, and also you can send the messages, and the most advanced X-ray from Holland, $15,000. And basically high technology going to run an OR, have a moving lights that you control by the surgeon, and you inform the patient's family immediately, of course, and this guy is smoking, where smoking was not prohibited, smoking in the hospital. And you can actually just order, and your child will come to you automatically using the machines. Now, what's wrong with this picture of healthcare? And the curtains will open by remote control. What is it? The emphasis here is what? Technology. We were beginning the industrial age. If you see the movie here, all the emphasis is about technology. We were so fascinated by technology that you won't see anything to do with humans in this video. And that's exactly what got us into it, what we are. Now, why is it that there was so much emphasis only on technology? Because the industrial age started with the theories that governs all mechanical things. This is Isaac Newton sitting, by the way, and I'm talking English. I'm supposed to be English or Arabic? لا, إيش مفروض? English, right? English, yes. Supposed to be English because they're non-Arab speaking here. طيب. Isaac Newton was sitting and saw the apple dropping. Then he set the laws of relativity. And from these laws, all the mechanical and the laws which governs the industrial age began. So what happened? Who stood in their face? The church. Church against science. So what happened after they have the conflict between church and science? The church began to prosecute scientists. Hundreds of them were prosecuted. Tens of them were burned. This is Giordano Bruno burning. This is actually a picture of him being burned. And anybody at that time who pursue the Muslim and Arab research in terms of investigation, he would be prosecuted as heresy and either burned or killed. Galileo was one of them, but he was smart enough to be able to say that he changed his mind, and he was kept in his home until he died. Now, so all of this was against science. Then what happened? Total separation, church and science. What this means, church represents what? Spirituality. And science represents what? Mind. So you have artificial separation of mind and spirituality. So medicine became what? Studying the physical aspect, using your mind, your experiment, and devoid of any spirituality or psychological, emotional part. And we were forced to study this way. We call it reductionist. If you want to understand any mechanical system, let's say that you have a plane of an enemy landed on your territory. What do you do to understand it? You break it down into parts. صح? Then reassemble it. You understand it. It's called reductionist mentality. They try to apply the same thing in medicine. So they divide the human being into organs: liver, heart, lungs, kidney, and they say by understanding each one of them, you will understand the human being. Big mistake. Because we are something different. We're not a mechanical. So the same factor which helped them to succeed in the industrial age was the same factor which made them fail when it comes to treating and healing human being. So this mentality helped us to have industrial age, revolution. We even reached the moon, but we could not understand the basics of the human needs. And this is the result. Global diabetes epidemics continues to grow worldwide. Cardiac disease spreading worldwide. Obesity spreading, increasing worldwide. Happiness index going down worldwide. So basically, we humans are less healthy and less happy. So to me, we have failed big time. We succeeded in controlling the mechanics. However, we failed to heal human being. Okay? Look at Saudi Arabia, young generation between 20 and 40 years old. The vast majority of them, more than 70%. However, all the money goes where? To build hospitals and treat ill people. Not enough investment in the baby boom, the young population. And the problem is, we humans, once you go the spirit in, we become something different. You cannot separate organs. So we establish now, medicine means holistic and prevention. So keep that in mind. I just want to establish the basis for my next part of the discussion. So when you say الطب النبوي, طب means something that will help you heal. And to heal, it has to be holistic and preventive. Okay. So wiqaya wa shumuliya, mind, body, heart, and spirit. Now we go to the second part of the discussion to establish again my basis so I can go to the main part of the lecture. So the first part, medicine, holistic, and prevention. Second part is the new world of epigenetics. How many have heard the term epigenetics? Raise your hands. Epigenetics. Only few. Okay. What is epigenetics? The word epi in Greek means upon. There's something which is on top of something else. So epigenetics is basically the thing which is on top of the genes. Physically, it's the sheath of proteins and chemicals amending each strand of DNA. And all the amount of genetics in your entire body referred to as genome. And genome is where, this is the fascinating thing, genome is where you can control your genes, DNA, exactly like a light switch, on and off. And like a thermostat, up and down. In other words, you are controlling which part of the genes is expressed on and off. In other words, you can have a tendency for schizophrenia in a family or obesity, but if you have been able to switch off that expression, you will never end up with schizophrenia or obesity. Wonderful. And that's the concept of epigenetics mechanics. Fascinating world. In other words, God gave us the power to switch on and off the genes which are inherited to us. Wonderful. Now we go to our lecture. So this is epigenetics. Okay, what is it? God made, what is the one thing that controls the epigenetics? It's here. It's the environment you choose. The environment you choose is what forms the epigenetics. In other words, you decide what kind of switch you have and what do you want to switch on and off by your diet, your disease exposure, psychological state, social interactions. In other words, exactly the same model that John Travis mentioned in 1973. So who's responsible for your health? You are responsible. How? By choosing the environment, by choosing what you allow your ears to hear, what you allow your eyes to see, how you breathe, what you eat, what you drink, how you feel, and how you think. This is health. This is health. Then, الطب النبوي is about the lifestyle of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is the true طب النبوي. I'm going to give you some examples. In the 80s, when I was studying in Washington, I was fasting, and everybody around me who are non-Muslim would say, what a cruel God is order you to prevent yourself from eating. So to them was something strange. However, the Prophet said, as-sawmu junnah, sawmu wiqaya, is prevention. Prevention of what? Studies show that fasting will prevent you from having so much diseases. Blood pressure, reduction in blood pressure, blood lipids, inflammation, increased fat burning, growth hormone, metabolic rate, improved appetite, blood sugar, and so forth. So much benefits of fasting, to the point that we Muslims fast Monday and Thursday, correct? So subhanallah, look at this. This is the new trend in the West. Benefits of fasting, they call it the 5-2 fast diet. And fast 5-2. So many books written. As a matter of fact, the person who invented this, based on research, he fasted Monday because he said it's after the weekend, so I have to cleanse. And he fasted Thursday because it's before the weekend. This is the 5.2, 5.2, which is 5 days eating and 2 days of fasting. اللي هو صيام الاثنين والخميس for us. Not only this, they go beyond this, and they say even better than this, every other day. They call it the intermittent, the every other day fast. And some of them fast exactly like us. 12 hours fasting, even from water. And this is exactly what the Prophet said. And the best of fasting is the fast of Prophet Dawood. كان يفطر يوما ويصوم يوما. He would fast one day and he would break his fast the second day. So becomes a lifestyle, because that's where health is. The amount of food, so much study about that you should eat little, and even especially 1/3. I don't have time to go over the research, but ما ملأ ابن آدم وعاء شرا من بطنه بحسب ابن آدم لقيمات يقمن صلبه فإن كان لابد فاعلا فثلث لطعامه وثلث لشرابه وثلث لنفسه. لقيمات يقمن صلبه. Amazing. لقيمات means the number. يقمن صلبه means the quality. So quantity and quality. The quantity should be small amount, and the quality should be certain quality. In other words, if you want to أن تحول عادة الأكل إلى عبادة, if you want to convert the habit of eating into worshipping, then you have to follow the guidance. You sit on the table, scan it, and look, where can I get the smallest amount of bites with the highest energy? That's for shipping. Unfortunately, I see many people يعني السجدة على رؤوسهم وما شاء الله كل مظاهر الإسلام, but when they sit on a table, they have nothing to do with Islam whatsoever. The way they eat. That's not ما هو الطب النبوي. هذا متعارض تماما على الطب النبوي. Okay? Not this, of course. هذا الشغل. I even had a picture of like Saudi sitting, but I said this is too insulting, so I took it out. This is enough. This is not. واحد يقول لي أنا كل أعلم بثلثه. To me, 1/3 means what? You get out of the table, and if you have to eat 2 times what you ate, you could actually, if you're forced to. Many people, they step out of the table, 1 more bite, and they will faint and die. There is no space for it. وهذا مخالف تماما. This has nothing to do with the الطب النبوي. More than this, we have to be conscientious to lead the art of living in a conscious way. بضمير حي. Now, in the past, when I go to a restaurant and I have this, I order a meat, I simply ask, is it halal? And when I'm in the West, I might ask, is kosher? Very superficial way of looking at things. Would that be enough? Because remember, what you ingest Part of it is the process in which this thing had gone through. You're ingesting that thing. Now, we are sent, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ sent as a mercy to mankind. So, when we talk about Tibb al-Nabawi, we ask ourselves, are we following this guidance of mercy, compassion? Have we asked ourselves, what we're eating right now here, this piece of meat, what kind of process it went through to get to this point? Was it merciful or cruel? Because remember, all this process will translate into what you eat. I'm going to show you an example. If an animal goes through agony and pain, the amount of stress hormone released by the animal is going to end up in the meat, and you're going to ingest that poison. So basically, you are ingesting the process as well. Not only that, by not asking the question, you are endorsing and supporting the process, even if it were not merciful. So I'm going to show you now a video, but I want you to be very careful. Please, those who cannot stand seeing cruelty and blood, close your eyes. I don't want anybody to faint, and then they come and blame me. Okay? 1, 2, and 3. Video, please. And by the way, this is very common practice worldwide, okay? Very wide. I'm talking about more than 90% slaughterhouse worldwide. This is undercover detectives. There's so many of them gone to almost 90% of slaughterhouses worldwide, and it's very common practice. Cruelty. How come this? You can't hear it, huh? And it's explaining that the animals go through a very cruel process. Those people who are taking care of them, they become so inhumane. They inflict pain and suffering on these animals intentionally. They lost their humanity. And by the way, in the slaughterhouse, you read the book, the lifespan of a person who works in this kind of industry, not more than 2 years. They can't work them more than 2 years. They have to quit after 2 years. And the reason is there's a bottom line, certain number to be slaughtered in an hour. So they have absolutely no mercy whatsoever. Now, all of this again translates to an amazing amount of stress hormones released by these animals. And all of this will go into the meat. And that's the meat that we ingest. And this is very far from الطب النبوي. The Prophet ﷺ came as a mercy to mankind. Where is the mercy here? Where is the mercy when we sit and eat? All we ask is, what kind of meat? Is it tender meat, filet mignon? Without asking myself, where did this come from? What kind of process this has pursued? By not asking, we might be supporting, endorsing such practices without knowing it. And he's saying that this is widespread worldwide. It's not only in a few places. Okay. Now, I want you to look at this one and compare it. This is actually some of the books written. And if you read these books, you will be very careful, and you will be feel responsible for everything you ingest, for yourself and for humanity and animals. And this is what I call الطب النبوي. It's a way of life. Look at this one here as a post. This is in, oh, don't tell me you're not going to hear. This man is amazing. He's a Muslim in Australia. It's amazing how he does it. when he says, how he put the animal into total relaxation. You see, the animal is so anxious. The minute he says, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Allahu Akbar, the animal immediately go into relaxation, full relaxation. And he covers the eyes, and the animal becomes so relaxed to the point that do anything. As if this animal have connected to that human being and knows that I'm fulfilling my purpose in life, which is going to feed you. And the connection between this person and the animal, unfortunately we can't hear it, is so phenomenal. The way he says, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Allahu Akbar, as if he is going into the mind of this animal. Total mercy, total compassion. Do you want to tell me this meat you eat is the same as the meat in which the animal had gone into suffering and cruelty? Absolutely not. This is healthy, and the other one is totally unhealthy. We are going to ingest the process we endorse and support. That's another example. Okay. Again, he's a Muslim and he's from Australia farm. Go beyond this. Emotions. The Prophet taught us. This is the الطب النبوي. Love and hate. الحب يشفيك قبل أن يشفي غيرك. والله لا يؤمن أحدكم حتى يحب لأخيه ما يحب لنفسه. So much studies about love, how it heals person. This is الطب النبوي. How to pursue his lifestyle in terms of you love everything. إنه الحب الذي أدخل الله به الجنة رجلا في كلب سقاه. فما بالك بحب الإنسان الإنسان. So much studies. Please go back to this episode in ومحياي. All the scientific studies on how love heals the person. هذا هو الطب النبوي. How رضي الله عنه وأرضاه used to love everything and everybody. نحن ملزمون أن نحب كل من في الأرض. نحب الإنسان لأن فيه نفخة الرحمن. نبغض الأعمال الفاسدة، الأعمال المشينة، ولكن نحب الإنسان لأن فيه نفخة الرحمن. كالطبيب الذي يحب مريضه. مظبوط؟ قد يبغض أعماله السيئة ولكنه يحب هذا المريض. This is the way we do it. لذلك حتى والله لا يؤمن أحدكم حتى يحب لأخيه ما يحب نفسه. أنا أفهمها الآن. I understand it is that there is no way that you become a believer except for through love. وهذا ما علمنا إياه رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. فلعلك باخع نفسك على آثارهم إن لم يؤمنوا بهذا الحديث أسفا. Anger. لا تغضب، لا تغضب. Do not get angry. Don't get angry. Please. البغض. Read. I have no time to go over this, but anger poisons you before it poisons the others. هذا الطب النبوي. That you have this kind of emotions, love, and prevent hate. Helpers high. اللي هي study shows that when you give العطاء يشفيك. When you give, there is so much benefits to your health, your blood pressure, your heart rate, all physiology. هذا الطب النبوي. أن تتخلق بخلق العطاء. To give. يا ابن آدم أنفق عليك. This is so much studies on helpers high. The healing power of doing good. And more. This is an example. هذا الرجل كان بأمة. And if you look at the episode on الإدمان في محياي 2, show you that the only people immune from all kind of addiction, محصنين من كل أنواع الإدمان, هم أولئك الذين كرسوا حياتهم من أجل الآخرين. Because there's so much amount of dopamine released in the brain, far exceeds any dopamine you will get from any kind of addiction, whether it's classical addiction or behavioral addiction. The power of positive thinking. هذا الطب النبوي. To think positive. التفاؤل. ويعجبني الفأل الطيب. أنا عند ظن عبدي بي فليظن بي ما يشاء. Look at the episode التفاؤل. كيف كان رسول الله متفائلا. هذا الطب النبوي. You all have all this optimism. لأن هذا التفاؤل سيؤدي إلى الفوائد الفيزيولوجية. اللهم إني أعوذ بك من هم والحزن. اللي هو الخوف من اللي هو أعوذ بك من هم المستقبل وحزن من الماضي. Prophet ﷺ, he knows that What destroys people is the fear of the future or agony and pain of the past. I call it the power of now. Okay, and you look at Mahya 3, there's an episode about the power of now. The only reality you have. الحقيقة الوحيدة هي لحظة الآن. فالماضي ما هو إلا ذكريات تنشأ في هذه اللحظة. انتهت. وأما المستقبل فإنه ما هو في الآن. عندما يأتي لا يأتي إلا بصورة واحدة وهي صورة الآن. فالآن هي الحقيقة الوحيدة التي بين يديك. معظمنا يفقد هذه الآن لأنه يعيش في آلام الماضي أو الخوف من المستقبل. اللهم إني أعوذ بك من الهم والحزن. This is the Prophet Muhammad صلى الله عليه وسلم. What you allow your eyes to see. العينان تزنيان وزناهما النظر. Now we know there's something called mirror neurons. Everything we see is actually partially we do. When we see it, we do it. That's why you have violence widespread worldwide, because the amount of violence and sex and consumption you see on the media based on three things: sex, violence, and consumption. Every time a child sees a person dying or killing somebody else, it becomes desensitized as if you're doing it. لذلك those who are ابتليوا بالنظر للأفلام الخليعة أو الأفلام الإباحية, pornography, they're not only seeing it, they're partially doing it. And the Prophet was very accurate. سبحان الله. العينان تزنيان وزناهما النظر. هذا هو الطب النبوي. أن تحفظ عينيك ما تسمح لعينيك أن ترى. This is another episode in محيا رقم 2. ألم نجعل له عينين. ما تسمح لأذنك أن تسمع. What do you allow it to hear? And there are so many studies of the effect of the natural sounds versus loud music and so forth. 1 million people die every year in Europe due to loud noises. And this guy have done so much study, and they found that you can actually heal and fix DNA with vibrations, which is a form of words. They found بعض الكلمات تشفي. Some words are healing and some words are destructive on a DNA level. Studies of Dr. Al-Qadi on the Quran and the effect on. This is طب النبوي. What you allow your ears to hear. سمع, موسيقى الصاخبة. What you eat, what you drink, what you say first. Those who are lying, study shows that a person who lies is actually draining the frontal lobe, and a person who's honest doesn't. They found that person who lies, he lies on the average 20 to 100 lies a day. And because they lie, they have to remember what they say, and becomes draining to the frontal lobe. أما الصدق فلا يكلف أي عناء. Saying the truth doesn't cost you any energy. This is another 2 episodes, اللسان والكذب. Smoking, bad habits, breaking from bad smoking habits. So, when we talk about طب النبوي, it really makes me sad. I'm not undermining these things. ولكننا ضيقنا واسعة. By saying that الطب النبوي is basically honey and the black seed والحجامة والرقية, ضيقنا واسعة. It's a way of life. طريقة حياة, نمط حياة. What's the point if somebody overeats, obese, doesn't exercise, say bad words, thinks negative, does all the things against Prophet Muhammad sallam, and then he said, Wallahi al-asal fi al-subuh, very good, and I take habba soda. How is it going to help you? Your whole life, mind, body, heart, and spirit is against what Prophet Muhammad taught you. And then you come, you want to fix it with a'shab, with asal and habba soda. Yes, you can use these things, but you have to have the foundation. If you love him, then follow his guidance. ديننا دين حياة, نمط حياة, طريقة حياة, a way of life. وهذا هو الطب النبوي. How he thinks, how he feels, what he says, what he allows his eyes to see, his ears to hear. How could he eat and drink? This is the way of life. So, if you really love Prophet ﷺ and you want to live his life, if you want to really gain the benefits of health and healing that he promised us by following his guidance, then you have to pursue his lifestyle, his behaviors, psychological, spiritual, emotional. Because again, Islam is a way of life. The problem is, we went, and unfortunately because we are programmed already for the last 100 years by the drug companies, by the reductionist mentality, by separation of the body to mind and soul, we came to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We did the same thing. Because to us, medicine is about ingesting something or giving something to our bodies. This is medicine because we are brainwashed by the drug companies. The only way to heal is by taking something. So we went to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and instead of following his way of life to be healthy, we said, what can we take to make us healthy? The same mentality. Give me honey, give me black seed, give me ashab. It's fine. But don't think these things will make you healthy if your whole life is against what Prophet Muhammad ﷺ put for you as a constitution of wellness and health. It doesn't work. Finally, I end with this slide. قل إن صلاتي ونسكي ومحياي وماتي لله رب العالمين لا شريك له وبذلك أمرت وأنا أول المسلمين. It's a way of life. وما اقتصر سجودي في صلاة فقلبي ساجد طول الحياة إنه سجود القلب والجوارح في محراب الحياة. سيدنا علي يقول أبيات جميلة، يقول دواؤك فيك وما تشعر وداؤك منك وما تبصر وتحسب أنك جرم صغير وفيك انطوى العالم الأكبر وأنت الكتاب المبين الذي بأحرفه يظهر المضمر فلا حاجة لك في خارج يخبر عنك بما سطروا. السلام عليكم.
شكرا جزيلا دكتور وليد على المحاضرة الرائعة هذه، ونعطي كده 5 أو 7 دقائق للأسئلة إذا في أي أسئلة وكده تناقشوها معاه من قسم الرجال أو النساء إذا في أي سؤال. في واحد تفضل.
جيبوا مايكم الثاني.
شكرا جزيلا، استمتعنا كثيرا. والأساسيات في حياة والصحة يشير لها الإسلام، بل يعلمنا الإسلام وأساسيات في الإسلام ولا شك كما تفضلت. لكن لا أريد أحد أن يفهم أن يعني لابد هناك اصطلاح معين لما ورد من إرشادات وإشارات بل من أوامر عليكم به، فإن فيها شفاء من كل داء. هذه أوامر، فكوننا كأطباء نتجاهل هذه الأوامر وكأنها غير موجودة إطلاقا وليس لها أي دور، بل كثير من الأحيان يكون تشكيك أيضا. لا ندري. لماذا لا تدري أخي؟ اقرأ في أشياء كثيرة منشورة، في 2000 بحث على الحبة السوداء، في على العسل قديش من أبحاث، في على الحجامة كثير. فهذه احنا يعني نعتقد انه تخلف أن لا نعمل بما أمر به حبيبنا صلى الله عليه وسلم. بل حتى الإشارة في القرآن لها وزن كالجوهرة، كل كلمة في القرآن لها معنى ولها محل ولها رصيد، كالجوهرة كاللؤلؤة في محلها، لم تأتى لمجرد زينة أو بلاغة أو أبدا، لا، يغوص فيه العلماء. فتفتح ملف كلمة في القرآن، تفتح ملف. الرمان ليش ذكر خص ما بين الفواكه، العنب ليش خص ما بين الفواكه، وهكذا. فيغوص العالم في الأشياء الغذائية والشفائية والوقائية. نعم، وهكذا فعل علماءنا من قبل. لكن الآن لنا دور يتجدد، وينبغي أنه نبدأ نستعمل الأطباء المهتمين، نبدأ نستعمل هذا الطب النبوي والإرشادات في القرآن والسنة. لابد نعمل لها اصطلاح، يعني في الأخير لازم الاصطلاح لها، ما يمكن تظل عايمة هايمة وليس لها وجود. الحمد لله نحن الآن في عصر جديد، الآن في على الأقل كرسيين للطب النبوي موجودة في المملكة، نحتاج إلى عشرات المراكز الطبية حتى نعمل أبحاث كثيرة في كل فرع، في كل فروع الطب وفي كل أنواع الأمراض، بحيث تكون مقننة منهجية. هذا دورنا. النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم لن يعلمنا الجرعات ولا كم مرة تكرر ولا كذا، لكن نحن دورنا أن نفصل هذه الأشياء، أن نعمق، أن نوثق، بحيث تكون ما تدخل في مناهج الطب قريبا إن شاء الله تعالى.
اختصر يا دكتور عبد العزيز عشان نعلق. دكتور وليد تفضل.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. مرة أخرى هي كلها أوامر. يعني النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم ما أمر بالحبة السوداء والعسل ومقابلها ما أمر أنه ثلث لطعامك وثلث لشرابك وثلث لنفسك، وما أمر أنه لا تغضب، وما أمر كمان أمر كذلك لا تكذب. لكن شخص بيكذب وبياكل مخالف تمام للسنة، طيب، وبيعمل كل شيء غلط، سايكولوجيكال، ايموشنال، بيهيفيرال، لايف ستايل، وبعدين في الأخير يقول لك أنا أبغى في النهاية ريحني، أديني حاجة أخذها أو أعملها عشان تخليني صحيح. ما قصدت أن هي عبارة عن منظومة متكاملة. لا نريد أن نسطح الموضوع، موضوع أعمق حتى لا يفهم نحن ديننا فقط كل شيء سطحناه، كل شيء نبغاه سهل بسيط، اديني حاجة أخذها عشان أكون صحيح. لكن أنا أغير نمط حياتي، طبيعة حياتي. ما قصدت لابد أن هي جزء من منظومة متكاملة. وحبيت اليوم أركز لأنه متأكد في المؤتمر كل واحد عنده تخصصات، فما أبغى الناس كلهم يخرجوا يعتقدوا أنه هو الطب النبوي فقط اللي هي جزئية الحبة السوداء والعسل والحجامة والأعشاب، هذه جزء منها. لكن منظومة متكاملة هي أن تعيش حياتك، نمط حياتك كما كان يعيش صلى الله عليه وسلم. تأكل صح، تنام صح، تتكلم صح، تفكر صح، تحمي عينك أن ترى الباطل، إذنك، كلها طريقة الحياة. وفوق كمان الأشياء اللي هي أبحاث الجميلة تحدثت فيها بالنسبة للعسل الحبة السوداء. ولكن لا أريد أن لا أريد أن يصبح كل الطب النبوي عبارة عن هذه الأشياء، لأنه بالطريقة هذه يكون نحن يعني ضيقنا واسعة.
السيدات، إذا في أي سؤال في السيدات؟
هنا في سؤال دكتور وليد.
تفضلي.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
السلام عليكم. دكتورة هند، استشارية نساء وتوليد وعقم أطفال الأنابيب مكة المكرمة. مشاركة واستشارة. مشاركتي ليك أنه أنا قبل ما أعمل أطفال أنابيب برجع الخلايا بالبري كونسبشنال تريتمنت 3 to 6 months إلى الخلية إلى الطبيعة، إعادة تأهيلها. وجدنا نجاح 50%. ويمكن هذا اللي أنت حضرتك بتقول نحن نرجع النفس والروح والجوارح إلى طبيعتها في استثمارها في الصحة. السؤال الثاني أو الاستشارة، نحن نعيش فجوة بيننا وبين أبنائنا. هناك أمراض الجوارح ولا نستطيع أن نقتحمها معهم، فماذا نفعل؟
طيب، أول سؤال بالنسبة لي، يعني أنت ما شاء الله تبارك الله أخذتي مفهوم الصحيح. والله مهما علمنا من الطب ما هو إلا قطرة في محيط. جسم الإنسان ده معقد وفيه ذكاء عجيب. كل محتاجه منك أنك أنت تزيل السموم والعوائق حتى هو الجسم بنفسه يبدأ في الشفاء. To heal by itself. Remove all the toxins, the poisons, and do the things that the Prophet told you, because this is the divine guidance. Allah أعلم بما خلق, and see how things will go for you. What you see, what you hear, what you eat, what you say, what you drink, how you feel, how you think. Just do it with the guidance of God and see how every cell of your body becomes healed. That's number one. ومثال للأسف مجتمعاتنا أصبحت مجتمعات we are addicted to drugs. All of us. الحمد لله I stopped eating any medication. حتى baby aspirin. Go sleep. Maybe I'm stressed. Go relax. Maybe I have to check my eyes. Find out. Your body telling you have a headache or you have tension muscle and chronic pain. Find out what is going on. It's giving you a sign so you can bring it back to balance. Instead of that, you try to ingest medications to quieten the only signal that tells you that you lost your balance. وهلوم جرة. خد. أما بالنسبة نحن وأبنائنا هي معضلة كبيرة. نحن we're going through a tough time, all of us. يعني our kids have been stolen from us with the media, with the iPad, and it's a challenge for every family. I am one of you. And I don't have an answer, but it's just day by day. I say that we have to have alternatives for our kids. يعني خلاص تعودوا على تشوفوا اشياء معينه بمستوى معين. حتى الكرتون، انا عندي الحمد لله كل اعمار الصغار، كرتون اذا ما هو كواليتي تعودوا عليها same good quality of cartoon then they look at it. So نحن we have to work very hard because we are behind and our kids are stealing from us and we need to bring them back. We have to put extra efforts on an individual level, on a family level and on nation level.
يعني ناخذ منهم التكنولوجيا دي ولا شنو عملنا؟
والله شو
دخلنا في حرب شديد.
أنا اسمه I'm struggling myself and my wife is Lana with me and we're struggling as well. One way is to limit the time, half an hour, take the iPad, put a password and so forth.
لأنه جوارحهم كلها معذبة.
وبعدين مشكلة مصيبة كبرى، يعني أنا بالنسبة لي أهم شيء إنه الطفل إذا علمت الطفل يحب القراءة أديت له هدية حياته كلها. والحمد لله أنا والدتي حياتها كلها كتب إلى الآن، لا عندها خرجة ولا غيره، فتعلمت منها حب القراءة. حب القراءة دي أجمل هدية تعطيها لطفل. لكن أولادنا ما يقروا، معظمهم لا يقرأوا. فوهذا مشكلة كبيرة. احنا كنا صغار ما عندك خيال تقرأ، فالقراءة أصبحت في دمنا. فما أعرف الإجابة حقتها، مع أني أنا الحمد لله بقرأ، أولادي يشوفوني بقرأ، لكن نفس الوقت عندهم so much distractions, iPad و TV. I don't have an answer. I'm struggling like you. إذا حد عنده إجابة
لا بس يدعوا لنا دعوة جماعية في هذا المحفل الطيب.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. تفضل.
في سؤال هنا كمان.
لا دقيقة واحدة.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. دكتور إيهاب الرويني، المركز الأوروبي للتدريب الصحي الإمارات العربية المتحدة دبي. بعد إذن حضرتك أنا استمتعت جدا بالأسلوب بتاع حضرتك ووصلت لي المعلومة جيدا، بس حبيت عاوز المنهج أو الناحية الأكاديمية للطب النبوي أو الطب التكميلي اللي منظمة الصحة العالمية معترفة به. هي سميته الطب البديل، بس هو أنا بحب إن هو الطب التكميلي إنه بيكمل الطب التقليدي العادي. في منهاج أو كتاب أو جامعة أو كلية تدرس الطب النبوي أو الطب التكميلي على مستوى الدول العربية؟ للأسف ما فيش. وأنا جاي في الطيارة بقول يا ريت الكونفرنس ده يبقى اللبنة الرئيسية لعمل أصل المؤتمرات كتير والكلام جميل والخطب حلوة، بس ما فيش جامعة أكاديمية تطلع طبيب أو شخص مع بكالوريوس الطب البديل أو الطب النبوي عشان يدرس في جميع الكليات. يا ريت حضرتك النقطة دي تكون.
First of all, you have to understand we are all brainwashed by drug companies to different levels. All of us. Who said the only way to treat is chemical? Who said so? But chemicals pays back. How about energy? How about radiation? How about many things? Vibrations. We are vibrating organs. نحن طاقة متحركة. Now, why is it that all the evidence-based أصبحت evidence-based تغيظني بصراحة. لأنه evidence-based as if he's telling you treat me like a machine. Take the spirit out of it. طيب يعني you using evidence-based now أنك أنت بتحرم الإنسان من طرق كثير للعلاج مختلفة. Why is it? Because there's no finance to support this research. أدخل شوف documentary اسمه ذاكرة الماء. Water Memory by Luc Montagnier. هذا هو اللي discovered HIV virus. Please look at this documentary. هو نفسه يقول لك he's a Nobel Prize winner, the most advanced research in HIV. بدأ يعمل دراسات في الماء, water, phenomenal studies. They took away all the grants from him. They suffocating him. You know why? Because he discovered phenomenal research. أقول معي في وقت ما في وقت.
الوقت نبغى نختصر عشان الوقت.
It's fascinating. تبغوا ولا لا؟ Fascinating. He got HIV virus وحطه في موية, and then he diluted to the other 14 times, which is basically no HIV. ما فيش خلاص clean. But it has the vibration of the DNA حق الفيروس HIV. He transformed this through signal to another laboratory to water clean. ما فيها شيء. Now this water has now the vibration, the music. Then put in this water all the different components of any DNA. حطها جوا. What happened? It's reformed HIV. You know what this means? He said it means we can actually capture the treatment as a wave, put in USB, give it to all of Africa, and make medicine for free. The drug companies want to kill him. All he wants is to make medicine available to the whole world with peanuts. Do you think they allow him? The strongest lobby in the world, one of the strongest, is drug companies. They're not going to allow him. My point is the following. There is not enough money to research all the other ways to treat human being other than chemical. So they made us think that the only way to treat is through chemical. It's not. If that will help you with the answer.
شكرا دكتور وليد. شكرا جزاكم الله خير وشكرا للجميع. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
في مشاركة فوق أول. دكتور